Dear diarrhea. Diarrhea full of shit. Uh, just play along. Me, myself, and I. No one else. I'm so legit. I ate some food and then I crawled back into bed. You believe that shit? I'm gonna get up though. I mean, I slept like 9 hours. I had to. There was one night where I didn't sleep too good, and I got up in the middle of the night and stayed up watching YouTube videos and whatnot. So I needed to get caught up, but anyway, I was up and then I'm back in bed, but I'm gonna go ahead and get up. And anyway, a short popped up from Benny Johnson. Apparently, it's causing controversy on the internet amongst parents. It's two gay dudes, and they adopted a baby, and he's kind of, swinging it in the air, and then he's like, "Who do you want, Dada or Pop?" And the little baby is like, "Mama." It appears to be a baby girl, but I don't know. I mean, it's a baby; it's hard to tell. And he was like, "No, no, Mama. Who do you want, Dada or Pop?" And it's like kind of cute, but at the same time, it's kind of sad. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the movie The Birdcage with Robin Williams and whoever else. It's like it works out in that movie, but I don't know, man. Because I don't think being gay or lesbian is a choice. Because why would anybody make that choice? So you feel sorry for the motherfuckers, but I don't know. That kid will definitely turn out better than if it was two lesbos. That's for sure. There are still because there are two women involved. Heterosexual couples ain't without their problems because there's still one woman involved. Yeah, they're irrational. They can't do shit. They're born to be basically naked, barefoot, and in the kitchen doing laundry and making food. That is a woman's role in life. Apparently. But I don't know. It made me think of you, Katie Boo, because that's basically, you're the equivalent of two gay dudes or two lesbians. Because you're not married and you're such a disappointment. And I don't know if you're like, maybe I shouldn't be talking shit about you, because for all I know, you're dead. You dum-dum. Whatever, Sorry, not sorry. You copped out. I couldn't respect that. I couldn't. So. Plus, isn't even that a sin, depending on who you ask? Anyway. Yeah, that's so weird that you don't do videos anymore. I feel sorry for you. I mean, it's too bad I'm just a troll. I don't do that shit, and this is complete and utter fucking bullshit. Because I would be perfect for you. I mean, it would be a 180-degree game changer. It would change your life. So, bummer. Yeah. Wouldn't it funny? Wouldn't it be funny if you owned a food truck and you called it the Food Dude? People be like, "What kind of food do you fucking make, dude?" The secret to that is having low overhead. So make something that you can make a lot of quickly, like donuts and funnel cakes and stuff. Because if you're actually like making like burgers and tacos and burritos, and you're actually making dishes, and it takes longer to cook. The ingredients are more expensive, and it takes more space to make them. I heard about that from my future bestie, Cool Breeze. Maybe I'll contact him today. Maybe not, though. I'll play it by ear. But he knew a chick. That's what she did. She bought a food truck and she would set up, like it. Obviously, if there's any festivals or anything going on, but sporting events in the parking lot or whatever. Wouldn't you wait till you got inside? Well, yeah, but you could undercut the people who are selling shit inside. But then again, they might not like that and might not allow you to set up on the parking lot. So whatever the rules are, but she would set up in high traffic areas, and she would just sell donuts and funnel cakes. Just batter and oil. Either a donut, that you like rolled it out and cut the hole out and then put some sort of frosting on it or whatever, or funnel cakes and put some powdered sugar on it and blah, 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 and it's apparently she made a lot of money doing that. Versus the person who's like, offers 6 to 8 different menu items and they have to like make it, saute the onions, grill the beef and blah blah blah, put the cheese in it and stuff, and it's like it takes longer. The ingredients are most likely more expensive, and it's just more more money to make and just all that. So you look like a physical laborer, or at least you've got the hands for it. Maybe that's something you could get into, because you're gonna have to work the rest of your life because you can't find no man. So for whatever reason, because you're a pretty girl, so it's got to be you. You're either running them off or they're deciding they're just tired of you. Maybe you're the opposite. Maybe it's you're too clingy. Maybe you don't. You push them away. They want to love you, but you won't let them because they're vulnerable. I don't know, but you're obviously FUBAR, which stands up for fucked up beyond all repair. So I truly wish you the best, because a girl like you deserves happiness. It's just like your suck ass bitch friends said, with Fatty McFatfuck, when she was, nurturing you with her sausage pig fingers. Somebody was like, "Take good care of Katie because she deserves it right now." Oh, you so do. You so do. You deserve to be loved and adored and cared for. And like I said, you'd know you were loved and adored and cherished and appreciated. Well, if you could find a dude who could manage to pull that off with, ease, flawless perfection, without overdoing it. Like I said, just those little unspoken things. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it. I know it sounds silly, but it's like, she's in a mood, I can tell. What do I do here? And it just depends. Does she want touch? Does she want assurance? Does she want comfort? Does she want me to just fucking leave? And it's just sort of almost like a sense, a connection that you almost have to make, just from hanging out with your boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife. So See, I had to say all that shit. I didn't want to just say partner because Mr. Longhead, you know, is somebody I hold in high esteem. You know, I consider him a very smart dude and whatnot. He, so I hate that word when people say partner. I get what he's saying, you know, but whatever. But whatever you are at that point. But in the context that I was using, it was like, well, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. There's 4 different options. So that would be, you know, your significant other. You know, you could also, anyway, but you don't have to worry about none of that shit. You'll just live out the rest of your life lonely and miserable, crying yourself to sleep every fucking day. Or maybe not to sleep, but, you know, like I said, in the afternoon, if that's a part of a chick's life is having a good cry. A guy can't do it because it's like the way that he's wired. It's like if you did, you're going to lose, dude. You are mentally unstable. This is a downward spiral. You know, I didn't mention that in the first video when I had said that, you know, but it's like, that's why. It's not a matter of you like just being a pussy. It's a matter of you are going to fail. If you are a man who cries every fucking day, you're probably going to end up offing yourself. It's just sort of a thing. If you're a chick, you can cry yourself to sleep every fucking day. You know, or have a good cry every day. And then pet your dog, go for a walk, you know, whatever. You know, you can manage because you're wired different. But a guy, you better work it out. Otherwise, it's going to consume you. A chick, she can live with it. But, yeah. Poor little lamb. Then there's the baby thing, you know. So, yeah. Poor little lamb. Katie Boo.